Bonjour traders, how are we? Welcome to the live stream. Trader Tom here from Simply Forex, and I am with you for the next 45 minutes. Guys, can I just say the markets this week have just been super boring. There is literally nothing going on. I'm looking at one trade, which is New Zealand yen, and I'll share this with you in a second. But yeah, just not a lot going on, guys, at the moment, because like everything we're interested in has just moved away so far, right? And it's just not retraced. You know, things like I was interested in Euro Swiss franc sells today. We just never got, you know, a deep enough retrace, right? Why is my pen not working? I'm going to have to use this pen. So yeah, there was this. Why is my pen not working? So this just never, guys, bear with me 1 second. What the hell is going on here? Why is my pen not working? We are having technical difficulties here, guys, so bear with me. Why is it not letting me draw on here? Anyway, guys, we are going to look at a few trades that I am currently in. That I'm currently looking at. I'm not in any new trades, and we're going to take as many of your questions as humanly possible, guys. We are having slight technical difficulties. Sod's law. My magic pen is not working, and I do not know why. Why is that not working? Bear with me 1 second, guys. Yeah, why is this not working? Sorry, guys, bear with me 1 second. This is a live stream. This is all live, and I'm trying to sort things out in front of you guys, right? Yeah, we have no magic pen right now for some reason. Let's close this. Close the magic pen, and I'm going to reopen the magic pen. Let's try that. Sorry, guys, I got totally sidetracked by that. Yes, we are going to look at a trade that I'm interested in. I'm not in any new trades, guys, because just not a lot happening, right, in the markets. We did have some news today. We had some, is this working now? We had some employment data here, right, coming out of Australia. That was all better than expected. And we've seen some real strength in Aussie dollar pairs, right? We saw these big pushes up with the Aussie dollar pairs. So, yeah. But pound is interesting, guys, right? If you look at pound, and if you look, why the hell is this pen not working? And if you looked at all of this pound data, guys, right, you would be thinking the pound must be dropping. This is all terrible news for the pound, right? Look at it. GDP, everything is just bad. Manufacturing, industrial production. But the pound was strong. So, you know, this is another reason we don't trade the news, guys, right? We got an initial sell-off, but then it was very strong after that. So you can see we got this sell-off, right? But then look at the pound now, right? It is just flying. And this is my new pen I'm going to have to use. So, yeah, it's flying there, guys, all right? So that's pound. As for the trade I'm looking at, guys, let's have a look at New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, because this is the only trade that I'm interested in. Will this work now? Why is my pen not working, guys? This is most frustrating. I have no idea why this is not working. So I'm going to have to use the pen on TradingView, which is crap. But if you look at New Zealand yen, right? So if we look at the day chart, we're pretty much in this kind of ranging environment, right? There was a bit of a level through here on the H4, and we've broken that level. And we had this big bullish candle, right, that formed yesterday. So I was liking buys, and this was actually one of my buy trade ideas for today. Now, if we go to the H4 now, You can also see we've had a bounce off of this level. Is there a better pen I can use than that? No. Sorry, guys. I just cannot use this pen. It's so bad. But I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to improvise. So if you look at this H4, right, this is a nice trade. So this is that level I was talking about, right? We was in this H4 downtrend. And now price has built up and we're in this H4 uptrend. Okay, we've had this nice big bullish candle here as well. Now, the problem with it is, guys, is that I want to trade, I want to put my stop loss below this low. Guys, this is painful using this pen. So I want to put my stop loss Why is that not working? It's working on my other screen, guys, but it's not working on this screen. Let me just check something, guys, because I need my pen to work, as I can't illustrate what I'm showing you. Yeah, where is it? Apologies, guys. 1 second. I'm just trying to sort out my magic pen because it's not working. Okay, forget the magic pen. I give up. Magic pen wins. There you go, guys. If there's any doubt that this isn't a live stream or it's pre-recorded, there you go. We're having technical difficulties. So I like New Zealand yen, and we're having a nice bullish H4 candle form, right, at our support level and at this level, guys, right? Now, the thing is, this is a nice trade right now because I want to put my stop loss below this level here, right? I want to put my stop loss in here, just below this support level, and this is my target. So if you think about that for a second, guys, this is my target and this is my stop loss. So right now, we can literally enter this trade. Now, this month, I'm only entering trades as per our Price Action Pro indicator. But for me, that is a trade right now. Okay, so you could long this right now and you would get your 1:1, guys, right? You could start entering now and you'll get your 1:1. So, yeah, that is a trade I'm interested in right now. But yeah, other than that, guys, not a lot going on. I mean, trades I was looking at today are Euro Canadian dollar sells, but this isn't looking like a sell trade on the H4. And I'm also looking at Euro Swiss franc sells. But as I explained, guys, right, this has already, it's come down. You know, it didn't retrace enough. I would be looking for a retrace at least into here somewhere, yeah, and then we could start coming lower. So this is just sort of shot off. We don't have a trade. So yeah, and the other one was gold. I'm still looking at gold, but again, you know, this has just left the building. For me to take this trade, you know, I would need to see a deep retrace here. So yeah, the markets are sort of moving off a bit without us, guys, really. And that's been the story of the week, right? We had a bit of a mad Monday where we literally had a lot of setups according to the indicator. And then for the rest of the week, we haven't had a trade. And that's the reason, guys. Price is just shooting off without us. Whether it's news driven or macroeconomically driven, you know, that has been the story of this week. Right, guys, let's see. If you've just joined me, I am having technical difficulties. I have no magic pen. My magic pen has stopped working for some reason. But let's say hello to people in the live stream. So Eugene, hi, how are you? Fomaleko, hi, how are you? Nero, Fasil, Rodrigo, Philip. Okay, Nero's looking at pound yen. We can take a look at that. Hi, guys. Hi, how is everyone? So guys, yeah, I haven't got my magic pen. So let's talk, we'll look at pound yen in a second, guys, but let's have some questions about psychology or about other aspects of trading rather than the charts, right? So if anyone's got a question about the psychology of trading and just how their trading journey is going and what they need help with, right? Let's focus our live stream on that today, because I don't have a magic pen, and a magic pen is not a euphemism for anything else. That is intact. So there you go, guys. But let's have a quick look at pound yen and you'll see what I mean by the magic pen. So the day chart, there has been a break of that level right there. There is a little level through there, only just, but we've broken that level with this candle right here. Right? So yes, I'm interested in buying pound yen, and we could potentially buy it, you know, back up to these highs here. Right? There's a bit of room to go there. This 204 level would be a good psychological level to aim for. Sorry, guys, I have to keep removing the drawing pen like this. Very painful. So yeah, I like pound yen. And if we drop to the H4, the problem with it is although we got a break of this level on the daily, ironically, we haven't had a break on the H4. All of these wicks keep closing back into this level. So that's what's putting me off this trade at the moment. And you can see the candle right now that's forming, right? That is also not leaving those highs, right? Let's delete that, right? Bloody hell. Okay, so, sorry guys, this pen is awful to write with. Is there another pen I could use? So yeah, you know, we're just not leaving these highs at the moment. So until we do, if we get a nice bullish candle that breaks through this level, the problem there is then we don't have a lot of room to this 204 level. But as long as we get a bullish candle that breaks these highs at 203.57, and we can hide at least below these lows here at 202.90, I think we can take it up to 204, guys, right? That would be a trade that I would be interested in. So we could potentially have a trade right now with pound yen. But New Zealand yen is looking like a better setup, which I just showed you guys. Let me remove all these bloody drawings. I've had enough of using this pen already. I'm not going to use it. You're just going to have to look at my mouse and see where my cursor is going, because this is remarkably painful. So yeah, guys, I like pound yen as well. New Zealand yen buys, pound yen buys. I think we've got trades right now. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? NAS buys as well. Okay, let's take a quick look at the NAS. Yesterday's daily candle was a little bit, yeah, there is a level through here, obviously, guys, right? You can see that, okay? What was once support here has become resistance, not only here and here. And you can see that on the H4 as well, right? You can see this has become a pretty important level on the NASDAQ. So would I want to start buying into that level? Probably not, because it's proven to be a good resistance level. What I would wait for is a break of that level, right? I really want to use the pen, but I just can't. It's too painful. Yeah, I would, you know, wait for a break of this level, a retrace, and then we could potentially take it back up to these highs. So yeah, NAS right now, not really a setup for me. I'm going to have some coffee. I wish there was some whiskey in it. This live stream has been quite stressful without my magic pen. I will look into this problem and I will probably kill the editor. It's not his fault. Right, hi Niraj. CJ. Okay, CJ's got a question here. Tom, currently you may know I'm doing a 100K challenge. Was 6% up in the first week, and now the past weeks 2 weeks have been bloody tricky. Was down 6%, now at break even. How do you deal with those swings and roundabouts, etc., etc., etc.? And what advice would you have going forward? Cheers. Yeah, so it's a really good question, CJ, right? And I'm glad you've chose a question that doesn't involve my magic pen. So not that I always give the same answer for this type of thing, but it's important, right, that you focus on your performance, right? Now, I would suggest this, okay? Now, all you can do is focus on 3 things, right? You can focus on following your strategy to the letter, right? You can focus on following your money and risk management to the letter. And you can focus on managing your emotions. You can't really do that to the letter, right? But you must manage your emotions. And if you do all 3 of those things, which you can control, then ultimately you will perform well as a trader. Now, even if you perform well as a trader, you can still find yourself maybe minus 3% for the week. Alternatively, you can find yourself plus 6% for the week, right? And you've done nothing different. You're like, I've traded the best I can. 1 week I'm minus 3%, 1 week I'm up 6%. Now, if you have traded and you could give yourself 10 out of 10 for each trade, then you are a good trader, regardless of the result. And what I always like to do is give myself a mark out of 10, right? To be honest with you, I probably don't do it so much these days, but you know, you should give yourself a mark out of 10, right? So if you followed your strategy, right, to the letter, and you followed your money and risk management, and you were emotionally ready for the trade, you weren't revenge trading, you weren't in a stressed out mood, you wasn't, you know, literally just got in from work or whatever it might be. If you can give yourself 10 out of 10 for each trade, then that is all that matters. You cannot control the outcome. Now, when you have bad trading weeks, they are easier to manage if you have given yourself 10 out of 10 for every trade, because you really can't do any more, right? If you let's say you have 5 trades in 1 week, 4 of them are losers, you get 1 winner, right? And you're 3% down, but you performed the best you could, then that 3% loss will be easy to take. Now, if we flip that and you had 5, the same result, 5 trades, 4 winners, 4 losers, 1 winner, right? And you were 3% down, but you traded shit. It's far harder to accept. You're like, that was a mistake. That one was a mistake as well. That one I didn't follow my money and risk management. That one I knew wasn't a top-notch trade. That one, if you're doing that every week, then you're not performing as a trader. And those weeks where you lose, they're hard to take because it's your error, right? Those weeks can be difficult to take. And also, when you make mistakes, it breeds more mistakes. Whereas if you've traded brilliantly all week, you may get the same result, but it's easier to take. And another thing to think about with this is you need to know your strategy, right? Let me have a quick drink of coffee. So I know typically over the space of a year, my win percentage is about 60%, right? It can fluctuate, it can go down to mid 40s up to mid 70s, right? But on average, I will be around 60%, okay? So you also need to know that. So you can be wrong 40% of the time, right? Now, knowing that is almost freeing, because you going 6% up and then 6% down, or whatever it might be, is statistically not probable, but statistically possible, right? You're going to have losing trades. Now, another thing is, you can't control when you have them losing trades. You might have 6 losing trades on the trot and you're 6% down, right? And then you can get very caught up in the very short term emotionally, right? You're like, oh, the markets are against me, sod trading, I've had enough, it's too difficult, this strategy is not working, right? But if you just let that play out over 3 months, you will find that you will have a couple of winning streaks of maybe 4 winning trades or 6 winning trades. And it works itself out over time. So don't get caught up in short-term thinking, right? You can easily have 6 losing trades. I mean, statistically speaking, if I have a 60% win rate and a 40% losing rate, if you like, then I could potentially have 4 losing trades on the trot. And then I should have 6 winning trades on the trot, right? But it doesn't always work like that. So just know you're going to have losing trades. Know roughly what that percentage is. Mine's 40%. And then just don't get caught up in the short term, right? Trading is a long-term plan, right? You want to be profitable over the year. You don't want to be profitable over a week. So you've got to think of bigger picture and don't get caught up in the short term as well. And just focus on your performance, right? Mohamed Salah, right? He's training all week, right? And he wants to get, he wants to play at Arsenal at the weekend. He wants to score a load of goals. He wants Liverpool to win. But he can't control that. What he can control is his practice, his build up to the game, his mental state, his visualization, what he's going to do during the game, and all of these things. Those things he can control. But if Arsenal come out and kick our asses 3-0, he can't control that. And it's the same with trading. So yeah, that's what I would say, CJ. And I've been in that situation many a time, right? I've had like 8 winning trades on the bounce. I feel invincible, right? And then I've had 6 losing trades on the bounce. I feel like the world's against me. But because I've been doing it so long, neither of them affect me that much anymore, right? To say they don't affect me at all would be a lie. Of course they do. You can get a little bit euphoric with loads of winners. You can get a little bit like the world is against me with losers. But over time and letting your edge play out, that emotional impact becomes less and less and less and less, as long as you focus on your performance. So there you go, CJ. Hope that helps. Guys, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you a quick vid about what I am up to. Very soon, we're opening up the protocol room, so check. All right, guys, real quick, before we continue, if you're watching this and you understand price action, but you can't stay consistent, you know the setups, but you keep giving back your gains, then listen up. On November 24th, I'm opening the protocol room. This is the exact system I use to trade every single day. The same approach that has made me a Forex analyst for investing.com. It's not another strategy. It's structure, strategy, risk and money management, and psychology, the 3 areas that give you a trading edge. And look, I'm only taking a small group because this isn't about cramming hundreds of people into a Discord and calling it mentorship. This is proper guidance, the kind that actually fixes the cycle of winning for 3 days straight, then blowing it all in one revenge trade. I've worked with traders who have had the exact same problem. They didn't need more chart analysis, they needed discipline, a system they could execute under pressure, whether they've just won or lost. The waitlist opens now and spots are limited. If you don't fix this now, you'll be having this same conversation in 6 months. Still inconsistent, still stuck in the same job. Don't let that be you. Links in the description. Sign up today. Now let's get back to the vid. Right, guys. Yeah, so check it out. The link is in the video description. So we've got another question here. Like I say, guys, I don't have my magic pen today. But we've got some other good questions. How do you go about journaling if you do? So again, just to be honest, guys, I'm not a big journaler, if that's such a word, right? Back in the day, I was, because I wanted to understand why I had losing trades, etc. Now, really, journaling is there for losing trades, I would say. Yeah, that's why I used it, right? If there was a losing trade, I wanted to understand why. And a point here is there's a big difference between a bad trade and an unsuccessful trade. So this goes back to CJ's point and about performance, right? If I have done everything correct according to my strategy, according to my risk management, and my emotions were in check, and I entered a trade, and then it was a losing trade, that is an unsuccessful trade. That is easy to accept, right? Now, let's flip that, right? That's an unsuccessful trade. Now, a bad trade is this, right? I got into a trade, I ticked some of the checklist for entering, didn't check them all. I entered, I over leveraged a little bit with this trade as well because I was revenge trading and therefore my emotions weren't in check. And then the trade lost. That is a bad trade, right? That is not easy to accept, right? And that will lead on to more bad decisions and more trading mistakes, right? So it's really important that you distinguish between those things. Now, learning from unsuccessful trades is a good thing, and learning from bad trades is a good thing. If you keep doing the same trading mistakes, you need to be aware of them. You need to start journaling, and journaling will say to you something like, I keep entering, maybe you're moving your stop loss just a little bit, right? Maybe you keep doing that, or maybe you're a little bit over leveraged on trades. You need to keep journaling because it will reaffirm your mistakes, right? So that's a good thing about journaling with bad trades. Now, unsuccessful trades, there's probably not much you can learn, right? Because you've entered as per your strategy, but it didn't work out. Now, I used to do a little bit of a deep dive after that. And I'd be like, why didn't it work out? Was I not reading the chart accurately? Did I miss something? Did I miss a candle? Did I read the trend wrong? And most of the time, it was just that. It was just an unsuccessful trade. So that is why I found journaling, once I got to a certain point and my performance as a trader was very good, journaling became less important, right? But before I was consistent, there was a lot of trading mistakes in there, and journaling magnified these mistakes. So journaling is good for that. But you don't learn a lot from good trades, right? Trades just hit target, you're like, I'm a genius, right? You don't learn a lot from good trades. You only learn things from bad trades. So yeah, really important to distinguish between unsuccessful and bad trades. And how useful journaling can be. Right, guys. Okay, we've got a couple of people looking at Bitcoin. So let's just take a quick look at Bitcoin. Where are we? You're up here. It's in alphabetical order, kind of. So Bitcoin, if we start with a daily chart, guys, it is at a key support level and psychological level. That right there is the 100,000 level. Right? That is a huge psychological level for Bitcoin. Right? If we look at that on the daily, you know, we're currently in this downtrend. Okay. And we're hitting this support. Now, I think this is potentially a good area to buy from. So if price comes down and we get another, like a double bottom, and then it breaks this high here, right? I will be looking for buys on Bitcoin. That will be a nice buy trade because we've broken daily structure, and I think we can come up to the highs again if this $100,000 level holds. But we need to wait for that daily structure break. If, however, this downtrend on the day chart persists and we get a break, you know, we get a break of this level, right? We get a candle pop through that level, then we very much, Christ, I hate this pen. This is the worst pen ever. TradingView, create a better pen. You must be worth millions. Create a better pen. Right? So if we get a break of these lows, I'll be looking to take it down to 90,000. Right? So that's where we are with Bitcoin. If this 100,000 level holds and we see a daily structure break to the upside, start buying. We get a break of 100,000, follow the downtrend down, and we can take it down to 90,000. Yeah, so that's what I would say on Bitcoin. Okay. Right. What else are we looking at? We've got some other questions here. So Mayor BJB, are you the mayor of a city or town? I hope so. Very good advice, Tom. Thank you. I just lost 3% this week. We'll try to give a better performance for next week. Yeah, it's all about performance. That's the only thing you can control. You know, really, if there's one thing you take away from this live stream, because of my lack of magical pen, is focus on your performance. The results will take care of itself. And also distinguishing the difference between a bad trade and an unsuccessful trade. The more aware you are of these things, the more you can overcome them. Right? And guys, you know, I've got loads of psychology tutorials, right? If you're interested, please come join our Discord channel. If you look above my head, guys, we've got a Discord channel. It's free. We have a trading community full of people. Come join that. Also, guys, please check out the website, www.simply-forex.com. If you go on there, guys, you'll get access to all of our premium trading education. And also, guys, please check out the Pepperstone promotion we're running right now. If you use our link and switch brokers to Pepperstone today, we will give you free access to all of those tutorials that I was talking about, and we'll give you a free TradingView subscription as well. It's a no-brainer. There's a link for all of these things in the live, in the video description. Also, guys, don't forget to please subscribe, like, and share. Right, what else are we looking at? Jane wants to look at pound New Zealand dollar sells. Okay, let's take a look at that. I haven't got my magical pen, Jane, at the moment, so I'm going to sack the editor. So you're looking to sell pound New Zealand dollar. Now, yeah, I get it, right? The only thing is you can see, you're just going to have to follow my cursor, guys, because I don't have my pen, right? We was in an uptrend, And now, bang, we're in a downtrend, right? We know this level here, this like 2.3317, through there is good resistance. And we've reacted there once again, right? If I zoom out, you can see why. So yes, I'm looking for sells. I'm a little bit worried about this level right here, obviously, right? What was once, you know, resistance becomes support, right? There is that. But if we look at the weekly as well, the weekly, look at that weekly candle. And that sort of puts all bets off, right? You know, do you really want to sell into that weekly candle? Right? And the answer is no, you don't. However, right, I want to look at the monthly here, because if you look at the monthly, these last highs are holding and we've got a big wick rejection. So I knew the monthly looked like this because so weekly suggesting buy, monthly suggesting sell, daily there's a bit of indecision, right? It is in a downtrend, but do you want to start selling into this support level? So it's a tricky one right now. But ultimately, because of that monthly bearish candle, because of pound New Zealand dollar sell trade, because pound New Zealand day chart is in a downtrend, right? Ultimately, I would want to sell this. If we look at the H4 now, look, you can just look at that level. Look at the candles we've been getting, right, at that level. It is good support in here, right? And I can't sell into that at the moment, right? Christ, look at this pen. Trading View, create a better pen. Have we got any like software engineers or anything that could ring Trading View up and say, hey, Trading View, I will make a better pen for you? You could probably make a few quid, right? So speak to Trading View. So yeah, for all of those reasons, it's a little bit of a no trade at the moment. Yeah, it is bouncing off our river. We are in a H4 downtrend. Is there room down to there? Yeah, it's a tricky one. Just look at the wick on that as well. There's clearly support at 2.3129. But if you said, Tom, right, you have to trade this, then I would sell it. I would sell back into that level and potentially down to 23100. So yeah, there you go. Eugene, how are you, Eugene? Eugene is a supporter of the channel, hence his name is in green. So yeah, if you want to be a supporter of the channel, guys, you can. There's lots of perks for doing so. Eugene is buying pound Canadian dollar. So yeah, so I've been following the indicator all month, but this was actually a trade I took on my personal account, guys, right? This was pound Canadian dollar sales, okay? I really like this setup, okay? Now, let's just remove that. The problem with pound Canadian dollar sales is, again, we're at good support, right? The market has shown us that this level through here, right, you can see my gray zone, is good support. Do we want to keep selling down into that level? No, right? No. Yeah, we don't want to keep pushing our luck, guys. I had a bit of room with my trade, right? There was a bit of room to move into. But just look at this wick. Look at that wick and look at this bullish candle so far. This is definitely not a sell trade, especially if the daily candle finishes like that. So until I start seeing daily selling candles again, then I'm not interested in selling pound Canadian dollar. We're at a support level. It's bouncing off. And remember, guys, what also worries me when, you know, you're trying to sell pound Canadian dollar, for example, right? which means pound weakness. But the pound is ignoring bad data. We're getting bad data come out of the UK, and the pound is like, I don't care, I want to be strong. If you get that scenario, that worries me if I was trying to trade pound weakness, because it's brushing off news and it's becoming strong. There is something bigger at play, right? And again, that's what we're seeing with the pound today, really. Pound has got strong, even off the back of all of that terrible data. Okay. So yeah, that would be my analysis there. Mike, glad to hear it. So guys, again, if you join the Discord, right, and specifically the VIP, sorry guys, we're getting Discord pop-ups appear on the screen. I should probably do something about that. So yeah, so Mike had a winner trading our MACD 200 trading strategy. It's quite a mouthful, right? Okay, can people on the Discord please leave me alone for a little bit? So yeah, we've got this new strategy. You know the hold up or blow up, right? I'm doing a series of YouTube vids that basically looks at strategies across YouTube, and I'm trying to pluck out some decent ones. There's some real turkeys in there, and I explain why. But we actually take some of these strategies and we try to optimize them, back test them, make them better, right? So please go check out my blow up or hold up or blow up series, right? Because you can get some strategies in there that you may want to trade. And one of them was this MACD 200 crossover, and we've made some tweaks. And yeah, it's such a good strategy. Mike had a winner today. And also, Mike, because you're in the VIP, if you want the indicator to trade that strategy, we've created an indicator to trade it. So Mike, DM me if you want that, mate. I'll just give it to you. You can. It basically tells you where you get a MACD and puts an arrow on your chart. And that goes for anyone, guys. If you want access to strategies, tutorials, come join the Discord channel, guys. Don't be afraid. Okay, Nero. Yeah, if you open with Pepperstone, we will hook you up, right? We will give you a free VIP subscription, and we'll give you a free Central Trading View subscription as well. Please use our link and just get in touch with me. Just DM me in the Discord, Nero, and I'll explain a few things. All right. So yeah, we can get you a really good deal. So do that. All right, guys. Apologies for no magic pen today. All right. I will fix that. I will beat the editor and we'll fix that. All right, guys. So yeah, it's the last live stream of the week. Have a great trading week. Please don't forget to check out the weekly Forex forecast on Saturday. Yeah, have a great rest of your trading week, guys, and I'll see you soon.